Here on the Nickipedia channel, there are some things in life, this channel is all about learning, right? It's all about learning. And there's some things in life that you just there's no textbook for, there's no this is how it should be done. And so I decided to come up with this new show called Social Science because there's so much good stuff that you need to learn about that only really other humans can tell you how, and you're a human, right?
Am I though?
I mean, I don't. She did win an Emmy, people. She won an Emmy. I don't believe the rates. This is outrageous. I mean, it's just.
I'm super expensive.
How much a minute again?
Yeah. Well, we don't.
Let's go. Let's roll this. Roll this. It's a new concept. Normally it's all facts and figures and information, but then I realized there's so much that we can learn just from telling you about our experiences, right? And so we're going to be exploring all these different social situations where I've been in, and I'm assuming Jenna, but this is Jenna.
Hey guys.
Jenna Willis.
Thanks for the introduction. I'm just gonna sit
Jenna
here quietly
Willis.
now for the rest of the thing and let him talk to himself.
I always feel like I need to be the Vanna White.
Thank you.
Jenna Willis.
Jenna Willis is here.
Everybody, don't look at her directly in the eyes. Okay, all right. How has your day been? Okay, good. Yeah, so all these situations, there's a lot of information that you basically you can't read this kind of stuff. It's not necessarily out there as far as, it's not in the textbook. So I figured let's explore these awk-weird social situations, and we're gonna weigh in on them. And as your friendly experts who have been around the block once or twice.
Only 3 times.
She's been around the block 3 times.
Whatever that means. Yes.
Whatever. That's not what that means. Yeah. That is not what that means. All right, here is our first social situation that we're gonna weigh in on. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and throw the question out there, and then Jenna, you can just jump right in if you want. Okay, Here we go. You farted in an elevator with no one in it, then 3 people get in. Claim it or blame it.
Ooh. Okay, let's just be honest. This situation is much more awkward for women. Women don't fart, right? We don't poop. We don't do any of that.
I've never even heard. Go on.
I honestly, let's just say you go to the cell phone and you don't look at anyone. I mean, I feel like that's
a great strategy. I don't know why I didn't even think of the cell phone.
You just act like it was like this before you came in here, of course. And I'm trying to deal with this situation as well. So I guess you do blame it. You blame it. You're not. Although there has been a time, and this is speaking very openly.
Ooh.
I
like
forewarned a woman. I said, "Do not go in that bathroom." Right after I walked out of it, I said, "For your own sake, protect yourself."
Wow, that is amazing. I'm assuming it was
who
laid the bomb down.
No, of course I said it was the person before me.
Oh, wow, you didn't even claim it.
I claimed it. I did claim it.
You blamed it and then passed it on. You were like, I don't know who was in here before, but it was horrendous.
Yes.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, actually, I did claim
savage.
That one time I did claim it.
Wow.
It's okay.
Okay, I wrote down piecewise notes here, right? So I wrote, blame it, and I literally wrote this, 100,000%. That is a lot of percentage.
I just saw a lot of zeros on the computer.
I said, and the reason, my justification for this was that there's too many possibilities.
There are, and I agree.
Look, there's 6 people in an elevator, right? It could have been the grandma, it could be the business guy, it could be the gym guy who just had his protein shake. There's so many other things. It could have been Jenna. You know what I mean?
It's never me. Let's just be honest, guys. I don't fart.
She doesn't fart. This is ridiculous. She's too pretty to fart. Right?
Only once a year.
Once. It's all at once too, and it's do not come into the room.
Yeah, whoever walks into that elevator, please bring out your gas mask.
Their face peels off. They look like the guy from Tales from the Crypt. He's like, you're like, what happened?
And then I'm like, Nick did it.
I'm like, it was the protein. I had bacon earlier. Sorry. Actually, asparagus.
Bacon does that? You would know this.
Well, it's actually things that are really high in fiber. Really. So fiber is a non-digestible thing, basically, right? And so when it mixes with your stomach acid and stomach juices, then it basically produces like methane, and other things that are non-digestible fibers produce a lot of gas.
Oh.
Yeah, so like broccoli, spinach, sort of. One of the big ones, like beans, because they have a lot of
We all know about the beans ones.
soluble font. Yeah.
The beans ones. I don't know if that was even
The beans
proper
ones.
English, but the beans ones will
Close
get
enough. So many different verticals here, right? It could have been the person before.
Yes.
It could be someone in the elevator. Like, I think what happens is like when you really let one go, and then like someone comes in, and then you're like, oh, they know
Literally.
it was me. Before or after, we don't really know.
Yeah, we don't know.
Could be happening at the same
Could it,
time.
you know?
Okay, so again, a lot of possibilities. Here's best strategy, right? We'll call it best practices. Just act like it never happened.
I agree.
I mean, act like you walked into that elevator and someone had must have done this before you. You're an actress.
Yeah.
Look, I can be an actor, and it's just kind of one of those like when it reeks, you're kind of like.
Hey, give a little look.
Was that
Yeah,
you?
do you smell that too?
Whoa.
Yeah. Oof, that was awful.
Could have been me. That's. Oof.
Yeah.
That is the best strategy because no one can actually blame you unless they hear it, right? Now you're in a whole world of trouble, all right?
Yes,
If
I
you're
agree.
like you're sitting there on your phone, then you're like, I don't know what to do with this
But
one.
then I think everyone just laughs. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, it's just one of those things.
The
No
be-
matter how old you get, I feel like farting is
They're
always
always
funny.
it's hilarious.
Yeah, no matter what.
I think the only way to get out of that is you have to say something after that, like. You have to look around and say something like barking crickets.
Yeah, or did anyone else duck?
You know? Oh yes, exactly. The Affleck duck in here? It's like, where is he?
That was weird.
Ooh, whatever he was barking about, it smells terrible.
That came out of nowhere.
Yikes. Shouldn't eat broccoli before getting in the elevator. Okay. Now let's apply this to other places, right?
Okay.
Now, for example, playing with strangers, in car with your boss, or in a movie theater. All right, so what are your best strategies for these situations? So let's say, first of all, you're on a plane with a stranger, right? You never sat next to this person, and you're like, all right, well, we have a 5-hour plane ride to New Zealand, which is probably more like 13, but
Yeah.
Now
the
what?
math on that seems a little off.
you let one go, and it's reeking,
Yeah.
and you're just sitting there flipping through the plane magazine. You're like, ooh, I always needed flippers with that had ducks
Yeah,
on
those
them.
plane magazines always have the
Weird.
strangest stuff, like this Sky Mall or whatever
Sky
they
Mall,
call it.
yeah.
You're like, I've always wanted an inflatable. I don't even know
Gnome.
where this is going. Yes,
That's what
thank you.
that goes in my garden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would blow away with the wind, but of course I want it.
Speaking of blowing wind, so yeah. I mean, what do? Do you just like sit there and just
You know,
same thing?
I've been the victim of farts on a plane. I'm sure we all have.
Farts on a plane sounds like a
And-
good
and
movie,
this-
right?
yeah.
Snakes on a plane, farts on a plane. It's like,
Bro,
what do we
The
do?
spoof is coming.
Maximum capacity fart. Like, open the door, open the hatch. Like everyone's like,
So I honestly, a plane is definitely a place where the noise is so loud that you cannot hear it. That's for sure.
yeah, thank God that.
And I know, yeah, it's just it's very
After that.
overbearing. So I think the noise you're safe on. Secondly, there's so many people condensed into one
Again,
small
same
area
Yeah, so
that you would have no idea.
Yeah,
I would never
perfect.
claim that because no one
Yeah.
has any idea.
elevator
what plane.
syndrome.
Yeah, I mean everyone will do like the look around. You know what I mean? Everyone's trying to like figure out who did it,
Who's
but
it?
they'll never know it was you.
Stewardess.
They'll never know.
She just crop dusted the whole aisle. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
So you gotta basically you gotta play your odds. You gotta stick to your guns. You really gotta just like man up or woman up, and you're just gonna go, you know what? I'm gonna play this one through,
Yeah.
and I'm just gonna act like nothing ever happened, and I'm gonna suspiciously look around, but not too suspiciously. Around like, was that?
Yeah.
Is that? I mean, I'm aware that it smells, but you can't be the first one to do it though. That's
No.
that's like the #1 rule. You can't
No.
You
Oh
know.
really? I think I just learned something.
claim it. Yeah, so
Because
it's
whenever I don't do it,
yeah, it's,
I look around.
yeah, it's whoever claims it. No, whoever.
Did you get that? Yeah.
What'd you say?
No. Exactly, everyone. Exactly. See what I did there? You got it.
It's whoever blames it.
No,
Whoever smelt it, dealt it. It can't
That
be
one-
the first one. You
That
just
one
can't
got
be
me
the
a few times back in the
Yeah.
day.
Who was that? Oh man! Woo! Hey, it must have been the guy behind me. That's horrible. And everyone's like, "What the?" Like, oh,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 2 minutes
Dude.
later, everyone else smells it.
yeah. It's
You're
like,
like,
a
I
food.
told you
You know,
it was
it's just like,
coming. You know, I just happened to smell it first.
One of our Nickipedias, we actually did. We really, can bad smells be harmful to you? And it turns out, no, they can't. So even if it just smells horrendous and you feel like you're choking at your gills, it's not gonna get you. You're gonna be fine. You'll make it through.
All right.
Yeah, so that's the one takeaway there. You'll be okay, and even so, you're not gonna like burn someone's like contacts out. Okay, like it's just
my eyes. I
really
can't.
and I would little.
I wish it would. That'd be kind of funny. That's
can't
almost
see!
that's almost like a superpower. You know,
Yeah.
like going back to the farts. If your farts were so potent and they burned contact lenses, is that considered
Wow.
a superpower?
I think so. You're like, you don't want to take my money, Mr. Robber Guy. Yeah, you know what? Take that. He's like, what? No, give me. Ah! I'm blind. I can't. What's happening?
That would be amazing.
Yeah, it'd be pretty great. So okay, this last thing I want to talk about.
Cool.
Okay, I am in love with, for the same reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
That there are padded seats in certain areas, right?
Uh-huh.
Like padded seats in the movie theater, padded seats on airplanes. When you have a squishy little foam pad, I don't even notice it. It tends to like absorb the fart pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Problem is like if you're in college or like in a classroom and the desks have that like hard, I don't even know what that. It's not metal, but it's like
I know what you're talking about.
porcelain type thing.
Yeah, of course.
That's no good. I mean, what you got nothing there.
Are you talking about the noise?
The
it's
noise,
making?
you can't just like really like you can't just let it go. You know, you gotta be like
Yeah, you gotta be
one
more.
one cheeker squeaker. You gotta really like get up there and kind of like it's kind of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Those
You know what I
the
mean.
harder surfaces are dangerous.
That's what I'm
is
saying.
Is what Nick is telling you. So beware. Be careful.
That's right.
And
All right.
Protect yourself.
Protect yourself from your contact lenses burning
yeah,
out.
of course.
So what did we learn? Okay, so number one rule:
Yes.
just don't claim it,
No.
blame it, do it subtly.
Yes.
And hopefully there's padded seats. In the comment section below, let me know what was the worst case you've ever been in where one, you knew you were guilty
Oof.
and it was gonna be really tough to get out of, and two, when was like time that you didn't think that it was gonna make any noise and then it did and you're like,
Yeah.
Okay,
Everyone's
okay.
been there except me.
well, I mean, she's gorgeous and she doesn't fart obviously because she's a girl
Yeah,
on top of that, and you know, I mean, winning actresses don't fart apparently.
You know.
Well, she's a vampire.
At least
so.
not on hard surfaces.
Precisely.
Get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Catch my drift? Get it?
I'm catching it.
The drift?
Oh,
Get that?
my eyes! Ah!
Sorry, everyone.
Ah! If you like this video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Oh, it burns. Oh God.
Nick, I warned you. You didn't want me here today.
And subscribe so that maybe one day I'll be able to get transplants for my eyes. And we'll see you really soon.
We will.